Welcome to Wolfcroft, stories based on true people, events and happenings in history, or just some fun adventure, suspense chilling thrillers, or just a short fictional story. You came to the right place. If this is your second time listening, please do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on new stories. And if you like this one, please don't forget to hit the like button. For now, let's get into it.
The Last Glint, a narrative audio story inspired by the murder of Jessica Merle Leanne Weyers. This story is written respectfully, grounded in publicly reported information, while focusing on the humanity of the victim rather than sensationalizing violence. Durban has a particular kind of night. Not silent, never silent. A city breathing through taxis and sirens and distant bass lines leaking from flats where nobody sleeps properly anymore. Humidity sitting heavy against concrete. Streetlights buzzing over roads that always seem to know more than they admit. On the 1st of November, 2020, a 23-year-old woman named Jessica Weyers told her family she was going to visit a friend. She never came home. For a while, she existed in that terrible modern limbo people know too well now. A missing poster, a circulating Facebook share, a name repeated in worried WhatsApp voice notes, a phone going straight to voicemail. Then came the discovery. A sports field in Inanda. Morning light. Community members finding a body abandoned in the grass. Police would later say she had likely been killed somewhere else before being dumped there. And suddenly, Jessica became another headline South Africans read with that familiar combination of horror and exhaustion. Because by 2020, the country already carried too many names, too many women becoming hashtags, too many mothers identifying daughters in mortuaries under fluorescent lights that should never have to witness such things. But Jessica was not born a headline. According to her mother, she was caring, loving, funny, a young woman who loved fiercely despite living through more pain than many people twice her age. Friends and reports describe someone who moved through Durban's harder edges carrying visible and invisible scars. There were struggles with drugs, depression, survival, the dangerous underworld orbiting prostitution and exploitation in parts of the city. And yet almost every person who spoke about her remembered softness. Her cats. Strangely enough, that detail survived across articles and interviews more than almost anything else. A woman in chaos, still finding tenderness in small creatures needing warmth. There is something unbearably human about that. One investigator who encountered her during the search for another murdered Durban woman, Siam Lee, described Jessica as streetwise and hardened by life, but said you could still see she had a heart. That sentence lingers, because so many people become flattened after death into victim, addict, sex worker, statistic, as though human beings can be reduced to a single worse chapter. But real lives are untidy. Jessica was also a daughter, a sister, a mother, someone who loved cupcakes made by her mother, someone who laughed, someone who once held cats against her chest because affection from animals felt safer than affection from people. Her family had already buried her brother years earlier. Now her mother stood in another mortuary, another body, another impossible thing to identify. And perhaps that is the true horror beneath stories like this. Not merely the violence, but the repetition. The way South Africans have slowly been trained to absorb brutality as background noise. Another article, another woman, another investigation that fades quietly once the news cycle grows hungry for fresher grief. Years later, reports suggested no arrests had been made. No ending. No courtroom resolution. No cinematic justice. Just absence. A young woman leaves home in Durban. The city swallows her. The country mourns briefly. Then the traffic continues moving. But somewhere tonight, there is still a mother remembering her daughter before the headlines, before the field in Inanda, before strangers online debated her life as though pain somehow disqualifies personhood. Somewhere there is still somebody remembering Jessica laughing. And maybe that matters, because the world is frighteningly efficient at remembering how people died, far less efficient at remembering how they lived.
If you would like to know more about history on a specific person, time or place, or even just fictional creativity like adventure, horror, zombie survival, take a moment and drop us a comment down below for your request, or send us a mail and the team here at Wolfcroft Stories will be glad to mention your preferred name as to the inspiration to the video to the story. If you enjoyed this story and want to know, learn or listen to more like these, why not give us a like and subscribe for more? Wishing you a safe and grand week ahead from the team at Wolfcroft Stories.